Welcome to episode 9 of the Barely Onside podcast with your host, Jonny G and Pelly. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, brother. How you doing?
Excellent, man. Tough night at the office.
Are you?
The Habs did a very poor job tonight. So, but we'll get to that later. How you doing? How's everything, man?
Well, we just had a fiesta night. Had a bunch of friends over with their kids. It was fun. There was 8 kids here, 6 adults, couple cold pops for the boys. I made enchiladas and my wife made taquitos, followed by some Mexican rice, refried beans, and then we made whipped cream, some mangoes, and cookies for the kids. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whipped cream and mango. What'd you do with
This
that?
is it. Now
Just mangoes and whipped cream?
we put the we put the whipping cream in a thing, and then we whipped it up and then put it on top of the fresh mangoes, and it was
Wow.
a little heaven on earth, you know?
There you
It was
go. That's
good.
nice. And how are the parents? Pretty cool.
That's good.
I guess you never know who your child's gonna be friends with and what their parents are like. How are they?
Yeah. Well, we got the one couple's from Ontario. They moved here back last November, and then the other couple, born raised Calgary High River area. Nice. Yeah, good people. Good people.
Good people.
So,
nice. That's
yeah.
all. You never know what you're
It's
getting,
fun.
but
Good. Yeah, they're both one's a contractor, one's a teacher. 3 contractors, 1 teacher. So, yeah.
nice.
They build
That's
houses.
awesome, man.
Yeah.
Do they? Nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
They can build me a
they
house
fix stuff.
when I move out there.
Yeah. I hope so.
How's the
pay
weather,
for it.
man? Is it did it warm up at all? Or is it still pretty cold out there?
No, we got 6 feet of snow in the last 2 days. I'm just joking. Probably 2 feet of snow. Minus 20. Yeah, flurries. It was crazy the last 24 hours. Big weather storm. But yeah, snowblower, shovel,
Got all that out.
pretty typical Alberta. Oh yeah, it was fun.
Nice.
How's weather out east?
Oh, man. It's a high of 8 today. I still haven't seen snow. I kind of forget what it looks like at this point, but still no snow. You can feel it in the air, though, for sure. You know, that the moisture, the crispness, it is in the air. It's coming. But, I mean, I looked at the forecast, and it's still another week without it. So we'll see. I would love not to see it until, December. If I can make it to December without, the cold and the snow, I think that's a good start to the winter. So I am going to
You're not wrong.
keep wishing for.
How are your
a
kids?
green
How are your
November.
kids? Aren't they
Kids
little
are sick. They are sick. They're still sick. Marley's feeling a lot better. The little one, the 2-year-old's feeling a lot better. Lexi had a really bad day yesterday where she's just stuck to the couch, which is kind of cool. Not cool. Good in a sense because she doesn't want to do anything. So she's just chilling on the couch with us watching movies. I like that a lot because that's what I like to do on my spare time. So
Yeah.
really cool to have her just, not need to color, not need to go outside and play and daddy this, daddy that. There's still a lot of daddy this, daddy that, but it's get me some food, get me a water, give me your phone, just things like that. But they're feeling better today.
iPad.
They'll probably go back to school next week. I'm hoping. We did take them to a Christmas market downtown today. Always a good time. It was clearly my idea. I love Christmas markets. There's nothing I'd rather do on a weekend morning than go down to the market. You know what I mean? I have to drag Caitlin
That's
with
funny.
me.
Oh no,
Drag Caitlin with me, but yeah.
That's funny you
Don't
said that
love
because
it.
my buddy Justin tonight, he's like, yeah, we went to the Christmas thing last week. He's like, it was my wife's idea. I'm like, yeah, that would probably be my wife's idea too, because I'm not gonna be like, hey, let's pack all the 3 kids up and let's go to the market. Yay. No, I don't want to do that shit. Okay.
I know.
Okay, let's go do something. I would rather not do that because I don't know. It's just I'd rather go. Let's go swimming. Let's go do something.
Yeah, I'd rather do nothing.
But
I'd rather do nothing Saturday mornings. I'd rather do nothing. But
I'd rather watch hockey. Okay.
yeah,
Flyers play at 11 a.m.
An afternoon game.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? It's all, like we get dragged out to these things, but usually we end up having a good
You gotta
time.
do it.
And we went out for lunch and had some pancakes, and it was good. It was really good. So before we get started, mistakes. We didn't make any glaring mistakes. I could be wrong. That could be a mistake right there, but I couldn't find anything. So to all the listeners out there, Shanda, if there's something
Shanda, number one, baby.
Number one fan. Love it. Thanks for listening, Shanda. Appreciate
you.
it. If there's anything that you noticed from any episode, let us know, because we do want to be accountable. So let's start tonight. The Montreal Canadiens, after 4 days off? They start Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This is their 5th. Yeah, 4 days off. They host the Vegas Golden Knights tonight, and they lost bad. A 6-2 loss to the Golden Knights. Emil Heineman scored his 4th of the season on the power play from Yoel Armia and Brendan Gallagher. Jaden Struble scored his 1st of the season, assisted by Gallagher. Those goals came in the 3rd period, already down 5-0 at the time. So yeah, I mean, sure, it was good that they scored, but I mean, at that point, it was just way too late. Sam Montembeault was in net. He gave up 5 goals on 25 shots through 2 periods, replaced by Caden Primo, who gave up 1 goal on 3 shots. The goaltending was not an issue tonight whatsoever. 6 goals. You'd think that goaltending was the problem. Not whatsoever. This was all on Montreal. As a team, they played a decent first period. They played a pretty good 3rd period. Their 2nd period was absolutely brutal, man. Just absolutely brutal. 11 giveaways. Vegas scored 5 goals. It was turnover after turnover after turnover. Started by Kirby Dach. He got the party going. He got the party going early in the 2nd period. It was 1-0 at that point. He turned the puck over. They scored, made it 2-0. Shortly after that, Slav was like, "Hey, man, I want to join the party too." So then another giveaway. Turn the puck over. Back of the net, 3-0, and then it just got worse and worse and worse. A sad sight to see, man. It was a sad sight to see. Slav was a -4 in the 2nd period alone. -4.
No. Well, maybe St. Louis can pull a John T, and maybe put him in the stands,
Honestly,
maybe it's time for him to say, I don't know. I think it's good if you're kind of put on the spot and like you're held accountable for your actions, and you're in the sin bin, and that way you can learn, and hopefully you won't do that again, or at least, and you might see it from a different angle that maybe you can learn from the style of play that you're playing too, right? So, oh shit, -4. That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I know. As you know. Obviously, had a great second half last year with a lot of promise coming into the year. But, God, he's off to a brutal start, like a really bad start. And I don't know, man. Like, he's played maybe 1 or 2 good games all season. I think he still got, still has 11 points or something like that. But, I don't, like you said, I think it's time for maybe him to sit in the stands for at least a couple games. Just to kind of see what's going on and I don't know, man. Just a different perspective, because it's not working for him right now, and he keeps talking the talk. Like, he knows he's not having a good game. He knows that he needs to be better, but every game, he's not better. He continues to struggle, and I don't understand why.
Man, I can really hear you, and I know that you want to talk about the Habs first and then Philly, but I need to bring up the fact that it's the same thing with our lineup. I mean, you have TK leading the team, of course, and then you have Matvei followed with 16 points, then Sanheim, then Couturier, Tippett, Brink, Farabee, Lawton. And But why do we have Anthony Richard get sent back down to the AHL? He's played 7 games, 6 points. Games played 7. He has 6 points with a +4. Then you have guys like Forster, Paling, Hathaway, Scott Lawton, Fairby playing 21 games. You're getting 6 to 8 points, and you're all minuses usually, like for the most part. I think again, you should be putting someone held accountable like Fairby. Put him in the stands for a bit and let a guy who's performing keep him hot. I don't understand. Anyways, I need to get that off my chest.
No, that's all good, man.
It sucks.
But it's true. That's
you have a guy who's playing hot.
Yeah,
it sucks.
I know that makes zero sense, and we'll get more deep into that for sure. But like the fact that I was shocked when I saw Richard was back down was sent back.
I know it's sad
to the minors, but it's sad. But so Slav, maybe a
Richard,
couple games.
I think
he'll
get his call.
I think I think it's just a matter of time. I think he might even be back next week. Just the way he's been playing, it's been pretty.
Question:
good.
Did Pizzetta play tonight?
No, Pizzetta did not play.
That's
I don't
too
think
bad.
I stopped keeping track of it. I think they've played 20 games now. Pizzetta's played in 3 games. I don't know what they're doing with Pizzetta. Pizzetta must be pissed off. Every time you see him, he looks like he's happy. He's still cheerful. He's still looks like he has fun with his teammates, and looks like he's still trying to stay positive. But there's no way he's having a good time right now. There's no way, because, man, I just feel so bad for him, because he's such a hard worker. He plays
He's a hard worker.
We need him, man. We could use a guy like that in the lineup with a little jam. Just drop Yoel Armia. I know he had a point tonight, but I am I'm really over Armia. I'm over Dvorak. I'm over Anderson. I'm over a lot of guys. I know last week. I don't know if it was last pod, but I think it was 2 pods ago. I was preaching patience with Dach, right? With Kirby Dach. Mm-hmm. And he was out a year. He's going to take some time to get better. But tonight he was a -2. The turnover that led to a goal in the second period. He was absolutely brutal tonight. And I'm starting to worry about him because, dude, I love him. I have his jersey right here. He's like by far like my favorite player, but I'm losing patience with him. I need this guy to compete. I need this guy to do something to help this team win, because he's a big body. He's like, 6'4", 215 pounds, and you don't even notice him out there. I need him to get it going, and I need Marty to put him back as a second-line center, because Patrick Laine is practicing with the team, non-contact jersey. So I don't know how far away he is from returning, but it could be a week, could be 2 weeks. And when he slots back in, he's going to the second line, and it would be nice to have Dach ready, waiting for him. But at this point, Dach plays on the top line, and we got Jake Evans on the second line with Caulfield and Newhook. I don't like that. I mean, they play okay, but at the end of the day, I would love to see Dach prepared to take Laine on his wing, and to then put Caulfield back on the top line, and then you have 2 really good lines in Suzuki, Caulfield, Slav, and then Dach, Newhook, and Laine. Really hoping that that's how it kind of shakes up, but I don't know, Dach, man. You just get it together, buddy. You gotta give it a little more. You gotta be, I don't know. You gotta be hungry, man. You gotta get angry. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to get in a fight. Maybe Slav needs to get in a fight. These guys need to do something to piss them off, to get them going, because right now they're playing soft and they're playing invisible. You don't even notice them out there unless they're turning the puck over. And I mean, we're not going to win a lot of games if these guys can't step it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, man, I hear you. Like, I wish if we could trade like Forster and Frost and a draft pick for Kirby Dach, I think Kirby Dach playing with Matvei, Michkov, and TK, that would be scary because they're all three really physical players and really good.
Yeah.
I think maybe Dach will find his game. I'm hopeful. And I think, he had a year off. He's still finding his roots.
Yeah.
And I think it was maybe the fact that Laine got hurt probably wrecked the whole team's morale, I think everyone had expectations when you have Patrick Laine coming into your organization, and then boom, he gone, right?
Just
so
like that.
I think you have to look at it from that. But hey, things could shape up and turn around like that too, right? So, and maybe if these guys aren't going to start producing like everyone thought they would, then maybe Martin St. Louis isn't the right fit for right now, right? So, have hope.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get rid of Marty at this point.
I know.
I just don't know what that would look like, or how would fans, how the media would perceive it for Ken Hughes and Jeff Gorton to throw in the towel on Marty, because they put so much trust into him and whatever he's doing with this team. So like it'd be hard for them to, completely change directions, because they're still rebuilding. They're still got a lot to learn. They're still going to have lots of ups and downs. I don't know if a new coach.
But you don't want to lose, though.
No,
but you don't want to.
They haven't really
losing,
lost.
No,
they
but
beat
it's the
Edmonton,
same thing,
right?
I was talking. Yeah, they beat some great teams. Don't get me wrong, but I think when you're losing, you're getting your ass kicked a lot. Like a lot. You're usually having 4-goal spreads, 6-2. Stuff like that. I've noticed a few times. But it's the same thing with like John Tortorella. Like if we can't, like for Flyers, for example, if we can't turn it around, at least have some consistency losing games. Like if we would have lost tonight, I probably wouldn't be on the podcast because I'd be so pissed off. Because we had so many scoring chances. We played like shit. We had so many chances, but we weren't playing good hockey. But at the same time, if we're not playing good, do you get rid of the coach or do you start dumping and selling? I think if anything, you get rid of the coach, bring a new coach in. If that doesn't work, then you start selling. And maybe the same. I love John Tortorella, but maybe if he's not working, then he's not working. I love him. He's hard ass. I love his style, but at the same time, I want to see the boys do well. If they're gonna lose good. Don't lose by like get your ass kicked and playing shit, because they're not having any. I don't know. It's not fun to watch. They didn't play good at all today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just my thoughts on the whole situation with you guys.
Yeah, and I mean, you never know like what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe they're extremely happy with the way Marty's been coaching and how things have been going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not gonna harp on this team too much after tonight's loss, because at the end of the day, they have been playing better. Vegas was just the better team. There's a reason why these players turned the puck over. It's because there's a lot of pressure coming from the other side. So I know that Montreal were in a little too deep tonight. They battled hard in the third to make it somewhat respectable. But I mean, they played Vegas. Vegas is at the top of their game right now. It's not shocking that Montreal lost to Vegas tonight. Yeah. You just hate to see a period like the second period where it's 11 giveaways, turnover after turnover, and it all leads to the back of the net. That's really tough to watch and tough to swallow. But at the end of the day, the first and third period were pretty good, and you got to give Montreal some credit tonight. They have been playing well as of late. And we just got to hope that continues, their next game. Hopefully they don't fall back into this rhythm of, just poor performances. As long as they can continue to, or they can right the ship pretty quick and get back on track, then I'm okay with a loss tonight.
Wow.
What do you got?
Kirby Dach only has one goal. Mm-hmm. Kirby Dach only has one goal. Yeah. No, I was just comparing the Flyers to the Habs for just stats analysis, and I wanted to see how many players of yours have won goals versus our team. And with the Flyers, you got, if I were to go just starting from the ground up, let's just work for example, Noah Cates, he got his first goal of the year today. Congratulations. But you have Paling. I'm talking forwards. So Frost, Paling, Cates, and that's it. 1 goal, and the rest are 2 and up. And then if you look at, say, Montreal, you have Kirby, Dach. Let's see, Slafkovsky has only 1 goal. What?
Yeah,
that's shocking.
Right.
Oh my God. Okay, so you're kind of in the same boat, except your players are more. They should be scoring. Okay, I could see. Okay, but hey, he does have 10 assists though, which is still great.
I know. I think he scored his first goal.
Well, good for him.
Like the first 5 games, somewhere in the first like 4 or 5 games. So it's
Yeah.
been a while since he's scored a goal. Slafkovsky and Dach too. Like, but that's what I mean. Like big pieces.
Dach
man. They're
minus 15 though.
pieces.
Minus 15.
Really? Oh, see, that's bad.
Minus 15 for Dach. Minus. Yeah, that's not good. And then you have for Slav minus 4. That's a
not bad.
Big difference.
Brutal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Preach patience
11.
with Dach. I said that
Oh, it's
before.
minus
and,
4 is great.
Yeah, like step 1, I said stay healthy, but at the same time, you got to get it going eventually here, and just you have to have some sort of impact on this.
Yeah, he's a
team.
great
And right
player
now. And right now, there's no impact. You're not having. Maybe there's a negative impact, but there's not a positive impact. So we got to get Dach going, whatever it takes. Man. I don't think
spice it up.
How so?
But why aren't you guys taking out? Like, why don't you guys put in Pizzetta, get another rocket in there that's gonna stir the pot up, and maybe it's time to. Why don't you guys send down Kondata, or let him sit out, or let Armia sit out, or Dvorak. Let him sit out, and let's see what Pizzetta can bring. Because Pizzetta brings energy, intensity. He can really having a big hit in the first period early changes the whole momentum. And guess what? Then he can drop the gloves. He's such a fun player to watch. Fucking put him in, St. Louis. Quit being such a Sean Connery. Jeez. Fucking put him in. I want him. Let him cook, man. No, I think it's great. Pizzetta is such a. I would love to have Pizzetta. I would. He's like Hathaway. Hathaway's getting 5 hits a night, wearing guys down. Always runs to the goalie and stirs the pot. Always. He'll always test you. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to have a bunch of fairies doing nothing. Like, come on, Peter Pan. Sorry, I got a little emotional there. But
I know, man. Pizzetta.
I like him.
I know.
Pizzetta's
like the only reason I didn't really bring him up tonight is because I kind of forgot about him, man. Like, contract year, big year for Pizzetta, and he's played 3 games so far this season, and it's just like
he's played 3 games.
Yeah, and I have a hard time with Yoel Armia. I really do. I have a hard time watching him play. Like, I know he does add value in a lot of ways, to maybe to the PK.
He's got 9 points.
9 points? Not bad, but I mean, it's just,
2 goals, 7 assists, -8.
Yeah, just not my guy. He's not my guy. Not my guy.
He's got 1 shorthanded goal. No.
Yeah. But I'm excited for him. I'm excited for Patrick Laine to get back. He's going to help that power play.
So am I.
He's going to hopefully help their offense in so many ways. Really looking forward to that. I just hope he can stay healthy too, man, because, I mean, that's a big question mark. Can Patrick Laine stay healthy when he gets healthy? Because I don't know, man. He's been so injury prone over the past few years. It's just like, he gets back, finally gets back.
It's
he
tough.
makes his debut as a Montreal Canadian, and who knows how long it's going to take for him to get injured again. So I'm hoping that he can stay healthy. Hopefully this is his only setback this year. Hopefully he can get things going, because we could really use Patrick Laine, especially on the power play, because the first wave of the power play is brutal, man. They suck. We had to score a power play goal tonight. It was Emil Heineman. And guess it was the second wave of the power play. And guess who was on the blue line? Quarterback in the second wave. No, Lane Hudson. When Hudson is on the power play, good things happen. But,
shit happens.
Yes. But we all know Lane Hudson should be on the number 1 power play. We're not going to beat this to death. I mean, we're just waiting just patiently
we talk
waiting here,
about
Marty.
it. Yeah.
Marty, we're just patiently waiting for you to put Lane Hudson on the number 1 power play because what we're seeing now, it's not working, man. And you saw it again tonight. Matheson shoots into shin pads while Lane Hudson sets up goals. It's not a hard choice, in my opinion, man.
He just takes it in. Oh. He just takes it in.
He can do whatever he wants, man. Lane Hudson can do whatever he wants on the ice, man.
Yeah, he doesn't get scared. He doesn't. He's so young. It's like a baby. You know, if you have a kid and the kid's 2 years old, they're fearless. They're not scared to make a mistake. But when you have a 9-year-old, they are scared to make mistakes because they want to impress you. It's kind of like the same thing with Matheson. You know, okay, fuck it, I'll just shoot it, hit the shin pad, and let's get back out and do it again. You know, I think but we won't keep beating this drum.
No, we can't because we're just gonna have
Matheson's
to
the
wait
right guy, apparently.
Yeah, he's can do no wrong.
Yeah, man,
can do no wrong.
But one thing I want to bring up was Patrick Laine's 6'5". He's only 206 pounds. I think he needs to thicken up. I think he's too lean. Or frail. No, but for 6'5", you should be, for an elite hockey player, you should be at least in, I'd say probably 215 to 220. You should. Yeah. I think if you're 6'2", you're seeing 6'2" players in that 195, 200, 205. I think Laine needs to beef it up and put on some more muscle. It just occurred to me, I wanted to look up his height and his weight. Yeah, if he keeps getting injury prone, well, he needs to obviously be stronger and be a little bit healthier. So, yeah, be better. I guess. I don't know.
Maybe he needs to go to the
more
gym
carbs, more protein. Yeah, he needs to do something, man. Because he doesn't play full seasons ever.
No.
And look at a guy like Ovechkin.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he's 240, 6'4". He's a unit. Same with Crosby,
you see,
McDavid.
You didn't see Lane Hudson's hit tonight, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't have any time.
Buried.
Unfortunately.
Buried.
Shut up.
Someone, man. Yeah, Google it, man.
Who'd he bury? I am going to put it on it now.
Don't even know his name. I don't even know his name.
Sorry, you said Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson
hit
Let's
Vegas
take a look.
or something.
Lane Hudson hit Vegas.
I'm not sure if it's been isolated yet and passed around on the internet,
sure
but I hope it has because it was a good hit, man. Did you find it? Nothing?
I'm going to find it, John. I'm going to find it. Lane Hudson hit.
Lay in the body. Lane Hudson lay in the body.
Lay in the body.
It was. I was shocked to see that it was Lane Hudson who did that because I was like, "What? That was a huge hit." And they're like, "Lane Hudson." I was like, "What?" It's like, dude, man, that's a nice hit. Nice to see Hudson, man. He can do everything. He's really good defensively. He made a lot of mistakes. He made a few mistakes tonight.
Did he? Tonight?
Yeah. It's not. Basically, all his mistakes are when he decides to pinch, when he decides to, attack, and then he kind of gets caught going back. That's where most of his problems come from, is just allowing, just jumping in, jumping in the play at maybe not the greatest times.
Well, shouldn't a player go back for him?
Yeah, for sure, but sometimes it's just not warranted. Like and because players have to they have to read that situation too, and sometimes he just doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't
read the play.
No, yeah, like he's just a little overzealous, a little too much. But he's only 20 years old, rookie, 20-some games in, so he'll learn. He'll get better at that kind of stuff. But you can't find it, eh?
I can't find it, and I'm looking everywhere because I want to actually clip it into here and present it while we watch it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, I can't even find it.
Yeah, that's okay. We don't need to do that.
That's okay, John.
All right, now
Let's
move on to Philly and the Blackhawks. Let me set this up for you, all right? So,
Philly and the Blackhawks.
3-2 in overtime. Sean Couturier scored his first goal in 12 games. His goal came 7.5 minutes into the third period when they were down 2-0 at the time, sparking a comeback. Noah Cates scored his first goal of the season about 3 minutes later to tie it up in a game that was not looking good. They turned it around in the third and forced it to overtime, where rookie phenom Matvei Michkov scores a power play goal, his 7th of the season, to give the Philadelphia Flyers a 3-2 win. Obviously, what did you think of the game, man?
Man, that was great segment, by the way. Just the way you put that out there sounded fantastic, John. What did I think of the game? Well, let's sort of give hats off to Peter Mrazek, man. He played phenomenal. You couldn't get nothing by him. We had 37 shots, and the guy was making saves left and right. We had a lot of scoring chances, but I think we played really sloppy in terms of the first period and the second period. I just feel like there was no momentum. I don't know. It just wasn't. Our key players aren't playing good. That fourth line, amazing. Hathaway, Paling, great. Lawton, man, I think Lawton and Hathaway had 4 or 5 hits each again. They're always doing good. But, yeah, I don't know. Couturier just looks slow. And I wanted to talk on him a lot today, and then he scored a goal, which is great. I didn't know that he was scoreless in 12 games. Yeah. That's awful. Yeah, and I don't know. I've always loved, I'm a diehard Flyer fan, and, I've always loved Coots. Great guy. He's the whole Bobby Clark thing with his teeth out. Love it. Love the look. But I don't know if he's the right fit for the captain. I kind of feel like last year when we were trying to figure out who would be the next captain, everyone thought it should just be Coots because it's Couturier. I think they fucked up and they should have put TK as the captain. He is a guy that puts his life out there. He's hitting everything. He usually stays pretty healthy, but he's not scared to get dirty. He's always in the shit, always there. And he gets the team going. So I don't know. I'm just a little bit, we're paying this guy $7.75 million to do what? He's really good at faceoffs, but I just feel like he's not the Couturier that he once was. And it's sad because I fucking love the guy. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's but then Morgan Frost, he didn't look like he really did a lot today. Forrester, yeah, he needs to step it up. Farabee needs to step it up. Tippett, he made a few errors tonight that costed, I think, at least one goal. He didn't have the best game. Kolosov played great. This was his first NHL win. So glad to see him. We got his first W. So we can scratch that off the list. Fedotov, Kolosov, wins.
Yeah, both got him now.
Yeah, I mean, and I still think, why, and I mentioned this before, Rocky Thompson as our assistant coach, I don't think he should be our power play guy. I just don't think he should be our power play guy. We haven't really been good on the power play. We are better compared to last year, but I still think we should be better, Yeah, and I could just keep going, but it's I feel like there's other players that we could bring in the lineup that deserve to be here. One being, Delorier. I think he should be playing more. I think it's not fair when you have a guy like that. Usually when you play him in, last year when he played, we won majority of games. This year, I think we're 50-50 with him when we play him. But yeah, I think there's other guys. He works hard. Anthony Richard, 6 points, 7 games. What is Farabee doing? He's just not the guy he was. I don't know. I hate picking on people. I hate sounding like a dick, but I don't know, man. You need to be held accountable, and if you're not doing nothing, I think you should sit up in the seats. Morgan Frost, if he's not going to pan out, they're waiting on this first year. I mean, he was first round draft pick, 27th overall, I think. I don't know. I could be wrong.
27th.
25th. Yeah,
maybe
so in the 20s.
27th. Yeah.
I thought it was, yeah. I'll double check here. It was 27th. But yeah, and they're waiting for this first round guy to turn into something. And he had a couple injuries, as it started out, but he's just not. I think he could be someone great, but just not in Philly. And I really do like Frost a lot. But I think it's time we move on from him and maybe a couple other players and spice it up, because I think we're not playing that good of hockey. There's two lines that are creating, and that's players. TK, Eminem, Matvei, Michkov, of course. And yeah, man, Paling and Hathaway, they're playing exceptional. They are. I mean, Paling only has, 1 or 2 goals? But Hathaway, man, I love it, man. He's such a big piece. He's like a Pizzetta. He's there. He's hitting. He's just present when you need him, And he doesn't cost a lot, but he does so much for the team, right? And I feel like if we didn't have such stupid contracts from that person that is no longer with the organization that signed the players to these contracts that aren't really, I don't want to get into it. I'm not going to rant about it, but I think we should start maybe dissolving some of these players and maybe get something back returned just to spice it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's your thoughts, John?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of decisions to be made this summer for Daniel Briere, right? I think it's going to be, they'll probably get rid of a lot. Speaking of Morgan Frost, just quickly, he was back in the lineup. He's had 4 of the last 5 games.
He was.
We all know that he's struggled immensely offensively with 1 goal, 5 assists heading into today's game. He played with Matvei Michkov today with Tyson Forrester. A pretty quiet night for all of them, apart from
all of them.
Apart from Matvei's goal in overtime.
Terrible lineup.
But he had 14 minutes of ice time. Didn't pick up any points, but he did go 7 for 12 in the faceoff circle, which is excellent. Mm-hmm. But I mean, Chicago is not known to being a great faceoff team, so I mean, let's not get too excited about it. But Tortorella had some fine words for Morgan Frost today, and as a player, I'm sure he was happy to hear it. Right? Tortorella said, and I quote word for word, "I just don't think there's enough competitiveness in him."
JT from JT.
How do you think Morgan Frost feels about hearing those words of endearment from good old JT, John Tortorella?
Well, it's actually not that bad. I mean, you could use that as fire and fuel it. It's not like he says you suck. He just says, I don't think you're being competitive. Show me you're competitive. I think he's using words of wisdom to create. Okay, he's letting you know this is where you are, but this is where you need to be. We're tired of telling you, you got to step it up. Yeah, I think that was great what he said. But, I mean, the media is going to say what they say and put it how you want. But, I mean, JT is the honest man in the NHL. He tells it how it is.
Yeah.
And you have to appreciate that, right?
For sure.
Love him or hate him, baby. But
for sure. But here's the thing. If Morgan Frost is going to be set out 4 to 5 games, he's coming in. He has to be hungry. There has to be compete there.
Has to be.
If this is not what...
Has to be.
If you're waiting for Tortorella to tell you this to get you fired up, then I'm sorry, but you probably don't have the compete in you because you've been set for the last 5 games. You think that would be enough motivation to play better when you get back into the lineup? And the fact that Tortorella says that about him after this game goes to show, man, Morgan Frost, what's going on, man? Because how many kicks in the ass do you need? Right? Before you start playing. Yeah.
I just say enough with them. And hey, let's make a deal. Let's make a 2-player deal and get 1 in return. I say let's get rid of Morgan Frost, Joel Farabee, and let's send them somewhere that they need a good center, like Chicago. Chicago could use a good center. They could. But we all know that. We all know that Bedard's not a great center, and they have issues with other pieces in that, right? Maybe the Wild. I don't know.
Yep. Good.
I think it's time to start trimming the fat. Time to trim the fat, John.
Yeah, I mean, he might help Chicago out with face-offs because we all know Chicago sucks at face-offs.
Absolutely.
Right? So,
Yeah, they're not great.
we kind of skimmed over this, but it was the first matchup between Connor Bedard and Matvei Michkov, head-to-head. Safe to say, this one does go to Matvei, even though, apart from the overtime goal, they were kind of slow.
They didn't both play it.
Yeah. For context, both played about 18 minutes. Bedard didn't record one shot. He did have a great chance in the first period, hitting the post.
Hit the post.
And then behind the back glove save by Kasag.
And he grabbed it.
Yeah. So that was good. But Michkov's
sick.
first and only shot of the game was the overtime winner. That was his first shot of the game. And it was a great
wild.
pass by TK, man.
By
And,
TK.
Yeah.
Saucy.
But it was a quiet game for both. What did you think
It
about
was.
their first head-to-head? A little quiet, right? If I'm being honest, right?
Yeah, I was really disappointed. I do want to point out from that game, no, their goaltending was exceptional. But the one player that really stood out the most was Lucas Raquel.
Oh, right.
Great player, man.
yeah.
He's from Germany.
Yeah.
He's got 8 points in 17 games. But no, he played exceptional tonight, man.
Yeah.
He had, I don't know how many points. I think he had 2 points tonight.
Points, yeah.
He had a goal and but he played great. Goal and assist, and he had a breakaway. He was the only person I noticed out there.
Honestly.
Plus that
and Pat Maroon.
what is it? Louise Crochet, that 6'8"
Oh.
player they have. My God, is this kid a monster, man? From if he's from Quebec, he got to be tough. He's got to be tough.
But Pat Maroon played on a line with Raquel today, or Raquel,
He did.
Raquel, and he played well as well. I'm pretty sure he had a goal and assist as well. He scored the second goal.
He did.
So that was
Good old Patrick Maroon.
That was the fourth line. They were the best line, hands down, for Chicago tonight.
They were hungry.
So it's sad to see Bedard struggle like this. I really hope that he can turn this around.
It's tough.
It is tough to watch because just the promise this guy had and still has. I know he'll come out of it. He will. But it's hard to see him struggle like this, man. You want more out of him. And like today, you really wanted to see Matvei and Bedard battle. And neither of them had a really good game. I'm sure Matvei is going to bed happy tonight, though. There's no question about that after scoring the OT winner. And he loves those big moments, man. He loves those big moments.
And
that's Matvei for you. He'll do that for you. Get her done.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Connor because, I mean, he's I watched him in that interview yesterday, and it kind of looked like he wanted to cry. Like, I felt bad for him. Like, wow, like he just looks emotional. He doesn't look happy. You can tell he's just lost, but it's tough when you have the spotlight always on you, and you go to a team like Chicago where I wouldn't want to be there.
Big market, yeah, big market.
I mean,
for sure.
who do you have there? Taylor Hall's not playing good.
A healthy scratch last game.
You got Pertuzzi, I don't think
Bertuzzi.
Yeah,
you have
like,
Teravainen. You have
I don't
Nick
know.
Foligno.
It doesn't.
I think he's playing on a line with Jared
Foligno's
Dickinson,
fun.
or Dickinson.
Teravino's good.
Teravino, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, not a lot of support
Yeah.
there for sure, man.
I don't know.
Not a lot of support there, but
Not a lot of support.
yeah,
man.
we'll move on from that.
But they did beat. Did they beat Florida the other day 3-2?
They could have, man. They
Pretty sure
they're not winning a lot of games,
getting
but
some
they do
Ws.
win a game here and there. Just quickly before we move on to around the NHL, Cam York was back in the lineup, activated from the IR, which did send Anthony Richard back to Lee Valley. Emile Andre was also in.
Yeah.
He missed the last two games with a mid-body injury. Eric Johnson and Igor Zamula
Correct.
were the odd man out against the Hawks. What did you think in their return? Obviously, Cam York. You said you're not a huge fan.
They were invisible.
Invisible.
Invisible. I didn't notice nothing. Risto, I want to point out, Risto's really stepped up. He's moving the puck more into the zone. He's taking the puck. He brings it around the net. Like he's being more of. He's usually a stay-at-home defenseman, but he's bringing the puck up more. I like it. He's stepping up. Yeah, Emile Andre. I think he's better than Cam York the way he's been playing. You know, but Helge Grans played. Why is he playing when you have two guys come back in? I do think Grans is not as good as Zamula. I think Zamula should have been back in there. Yeah, but hey, Grans did get an assist, so
there you go.
Good for him.
There you go. See,
not today, but yesterday I think he did.
They would. Oh, not today. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay. So
not today.
They'll take some time, right? Especially Cam York. He was hurt for a little bit, so I'm sure he'll only get better with a few games under his belt. So okay, enough of the Flyers, enough of the Habs. Around the NHL, it was a huge night for Sidney Crosby. He scored his 600th goal in a 6-1 loss to the Utah Hockey Club to become the 21st player in NHL to reach that milestone. He and Alex Ovechkin are the two only active players with at least 600 goals, which is kind of a cool fact, but not very surprising if you think about it. He's 25 goals away from tying Joe Sakic and Jerome McGinley for 16th in NHL history.
Pretty amazing.
Which is something that he could achieve this year.
Hats
right?
off.
Yeah. So obviously Sid the Kid, obviously one of the greatest players to ever play the game. It's a very exciting night for him. It's a great milestone. But to lose 6-1 to the Utah Hockey Club in a game where
I feel bad.
Yeah, in a game where you score that 600th goal, it's kind of disappointing. So I'm sure he's excited about it, but I'm sure as a team guy, he probably hates the fact that they lost 6-1. But man, there's really no stopping Sidney Crosby. He just continues to dominate, man. Like it doesn't seem like I don't know. It doesn't seem like age is becoming a factor whatsoever at this point, man. He's still playing at top level.
He is, and I think he can play for another good 5 years as long as he stays. He's always been a healthy kid, knock on wood. But I mean, you think we got problems? The Penguins, man, they have so much talent, and they're not playing good. And their cap situation, they made some silly contract. It's like Ron Hextall was there, but he wasn't, Yeah, I would start selling. I would sell the shit ton of them and get some draft picks, man, or at least get some players mid-20s, a little bit established, a little bit of seasoning on it, but not too much.
Just a little bit of a retool.
Yeah, they're going to be they need to do some strategic retooling for sure, or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
And we kind of all thought that too with the Washington Capitals, but then you have Wilson stepping up, Ovechkin, Dylan Strome,
Connor
McMichael.
Yeah,
I like McMichael, man. He's a beauty.
Yeah.
Then you have two good goalies, two tendies.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the tandem of Swayman and Allmark.
Yeah, they're both
playing good.
Both playing really well.
Yeah,
it's too bad what's happening in Pittsburgh, but Sidney Crosby, obviously great accomplishment, and
you should go to Montreal. Go to
I
Montreal.
wish. I think give him Dach, a first-round draft pick, and
a few
Logan
others,
Mayo.
probably.
But okay, anyways, Sidney Crosby. Did you see his fight? I don't know if it was last night or the night before, but it was
Connors
Kyle
yesterday.
Connor. He did not like the reverse hit that Connor gave him, and he responded with a couple nasty cross checks, or of
course
to
he
the
did.
back,
Little cross
two
checks,
times, man,
yeah.
and then he's like, "Yeah, we're
He
going,
says,
man."
Suck it.
And then they drop it. It wasn't the best of fights, but I mean, anytime you see Sidney
Wasn't
Crosby
nice.
fight, I love it, man, because it just shows like, no matter how good the team is, no matter how old he gets, like
Who
he's
you are.
a competitor, man. He's a competitor, And I love watching them fight, man. I just think I don't know, like you just love to see the good players, like the great players, fight every now and again.
I love it
because it just
I love
shows
it.
their passion.
Yeah,
and he's just a complete hockey player.
yeah, I agree, man. I love something about All Stars fighting. It's like a dopamine rush. It's like, oh fuck, I need to Google this and watch it now. You know, was it last year that Peyton Krebs fought Sidney Crosby?
I think it was in the preseason. I believe
last year, the year before.
it was the I think
Yeah,
it was last preseason.
that was awesome.
Exactly.
I'm like, way to
right?
go.
Yeah.
This kid from Okotoks, fighting Sidney Crosby. That's off the bucket list.
Yeah,
Check.
exactly. He's gonna be able
Like, winning.
He's gonna be able to tell everyone that he
Fucking rights,
fought
man.
Sidney Crosby, man.
Yeah,
for sure. He'll
I
never live
fought
that down.
Sidney Crosby.
I love it, man. Like,
Yes,
I love that kid, Peyton
Yeah.
Krebs, man. I would
Yeah.
take that kid on my team any day of the week.
I want him.
Love him
I
so
know.
much, man. And he
Just
scored tonight too, in a Buffalo win over. who
gritty
did they
player,
win?
man.
They played San Jose, I believe.
Is that who fought? Is that who fought? Rasmus Linus? Is that who fought him? Remember they fought a month ago?
Oh, in practice, yeah.
Was that Peyton Krebs?
It was
that them? I love
Rasmus
it.
Dahlin. Rasmus Dahlin, yeah, yeah,
awesome.
exactly, right. And
I love that shit.
too, man. Love it, love it, love
Hey,
it. Love it.
But yeah,
Yeah, good news. Austin Matthews is
Ooh.
back from the Germany. Yeah, that's good.
Yes.
Austin Matthews returned home after spending 5 days this week in Germany visiting a doctor. He skated Saturday morning before the team's practice. He did not participate in the full session. He told reporters that he may be ready to go Wednesday in Florida for a game against the Panthers. He last played on November 10th. Without him, the Leafs are 6-1. What?
doing pretty good, man.
Yeah. So do they really need Matthews to come
I love
back
it.
or what? Do they really need him?
No, they don't, man.
They don't.
No, I think Marner's playing good. Goalies are playing good. The team's gelling. But Matthew Nyes, I think he's on IR.
He is.
now.
He got
Is he?
rocked. Yeah, he's on
Poor
IR.
guy. He got rocked. But yeah, Matthews, I don't know. They still have Nylander. They still have JT. They still have Marner. They have McCabe. Man, they got some players.
Yeah, they're
got
still in
some-
good shape, man. But I mean, obviously Matthews coming back,
They are in great shape.
that will do nothing but help him.
Helps
A
him.
healthy Matthews is
He's a shooter.
He's a shooter.
He's a shooter.
He's good for the league, man. He's a great hockey player.
He gets goals. Oh, of course,
Yeah.
man. He scores goals.
He scores
That's what you
goals.
want to win a game.
Yeah, and he's big and
Right.
uses his body.
He doesn't
at times.
fight.
He doesn't fight.
He doesn't do. Not
He
really.
doesn't fight.
He doesn't do much with it. Yeah.
No, yeah, he's a big boy.
He could do better.
Could.
I think
I'd love to see it.
he could, if he used that weight and like actually, added some grittiness, he'd be the complete player.
I know.
He would.
Just like
right?
Nathan McKinnon.
He could be. If you want to make $15 million, I want you to hit. I want you to block shots. I want you to stir up the pot. I want you to stick up for your teammates. And you're a captain now. Will he drop the gloves?
Yeah. Will he drop the
never
gloves?
know.
That's the question.
I want to see it. I want to see TK and Austin Matthews 2024, 2025. Let's do it. And I will put $100 that TK wins that fight.
There's
10 out of
There's
10.
no question that he would win that fight, but I would love to see Austin Matthews just drop it with somebody.
Drop the gloves. I want to see him do it. I think it'd be good for him. I think it'd be great for him.
You know what? That
and
would
as
take
much
him to the
as-
next level. That
Yeah.
would take the Toronto Maple Leafs
It would,
to
dude.
the next level. Right? It would.
He needs to evolve. It would.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, it would.
I am not a Toronto fan.
No.
But Toronto has they're great. They're a great franchise, great players. Austin's one of the best goal scorers. He might be the best of all time. We won't know. But if you see a guy like that drop the gloves and add a little bit of intensity, dude, he'd be fun. I'd be like,
Yeah. Here we go.
this guy could be
Okay.
pretty sweet. Yeah, I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
He's got the little mustache, receding hairline. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean, did you?
I do.
Remember last?
I do.
love that. I love the receding hairline. It's one of my favorite.
I do.
my
I
most
think it looks good
favorite
on him,
thing-
man. It looks great. I always see him. He's like an old man. He looks like an Italian man, and he's eating pizza. I don't know.
Hilarious,
I like him.
man. I know. I wish, that. Yeah, if he added that to his game, then that'd be like, I don't know, man.
Complete player.
Complete player,
man.
'Cause-
He'd be like Jamie Benn. He'd be like Jamie Benn. Fight, hit, shoot, score, fuck. Bitches are flocking. Yeah.
That's right. Always are, yeah.
He would just...
Yeah. Speaking of injuries, though.
hopefully it happens.
If I was Matthews, what I would do, I would pick a small guy and just jump him. Get it out of the way. Right? Take a punch. Take a couple punches. That's what he needs. He needs to be punched.
They have Max Domi, too.
Oh, God. He's actually hurt, too. So that's another one. But, like, moving on from Matthews. Oh, no. He won't be for long. But moving on from Matthews.
He needs to punch someone.
Who?
No, you're right. He just needs to sucker somebody and be a man.
Yeah. Just get it out of the way, man. Just,
Don't do it.
But anyways, I mean, he just needs to
get
take
suspended.
A punch, yeah. Okay, moving on. Injuries. Other injuries around the league. Alex Ovechkin, his leg injury. They now have they have it for he is out for 4 to 6 weeks. Suffered the injury last week when he collided with Utah's Jack McBain. Originally, it was a week-to-week process. Now it's 4 to 6 weeks. So that's I don't know, man. He's got 15 goals this year. He needs 27 more to break Wayne Gretzky's goal record. This might stop him from doing it this year, right? Maybe, but it's only 20. It's only 27. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he can come back and still break it, or is it one more year?
Yeah. It's either he breaks it or he breaks his leg. I'm not sure what's going to happen. No, I think he'll do it, man. The way he's started. Yeah, I think he'll break it this year, and hopefully he does. Ovi's great.
Yeah,
right?
I hope so too. I hope so
as
too.
Much
I'm
as,
not super confident.
I'm
not super confident he will do it this year, but he's definitely breaking it. Darnell Nurse back in the lineup tonight against the Rangers, and last time I checked, he did score a goal. So good for him. He was hurt after taking that headshot, obviously from Ryan Reeves last week.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be out 5 to 10 days. Back super quick. Obviously, the kid is super tough to take that and to.
He's a man.
He's a man. And now he's back. Good for him. I'm glad to see that he is back and doing his thing because it looked bad. It looked really bad.
I'm happy for him.
Me too.
Yeah, it looked awful.
Him. Yeah, and to score. That's nice. That's nice too.
Of course, it's great for him.
Yeah. So, dude, man, the Calgary Flames, man. Calgary Flames are off to a killer start.
Oh, my God.
Man.
Don't get me started on the Calgary Flames. I just remember they shit-kicked the Flyers when we played them. And Dustin Wolf, I was sitting right behind Dustin Wolf, second row, and he played lights out. I'm like, who is this Wolf guy? And now look at him. He might be a contender for Rookie of the Year. And, 11 games played, 8-2-1 with a shutout. 926 goals against percentage. That's ridiculous. Dude, the Flames are second in their division. The Flames should be shitting the bed to get a draft pick. Like, I mean, it must be great to be going to a Flames game and feeling the energy, because a Flames game, dude, it's one of the best stadiums in the NHL. The energy's wild. But I don't know. I'm super happy for him, but like, dude, they beat the Rangers yesterday, or was it today? No, Rangers yesterday, Wild today. Right. They're just competing, man. They got Ryan Lomberg, the Tasmanian Devil. Fuck, I love that guy. And they have these grinders that are just competing, just contending. I love it, man.
I love it too, man.
Love it. That's the kind of shit I love to see, because they're just kids out there playing their hearts out. They're trying to make a name for themselves. They don't really have too much on paper. And look at them. They're winning. That's what it's about right there. That is what it's about.
Yeah.
Take notes.
Yeah, I mean, they got off to a really hot start, obviously, early in the year. And then they kind of leveled out. They lost a bunch in a row. And then Man, I didn't realize. I looked at their record. I was like, whoa, like they must have gone on a wicked hot streak
Fucked.
because they're like, I mean, if you
Yeah,
look at
man.
Wolf alone, 8-2
It's-
1. So, I don't think like he's entered the Calder Trophy race. I don't think he's just entered it. I think
He's not going to stay there.
I think he will win. Like, how do you not win?
You think so?
100%. 8-2-1, man. 9.
I think it's too early to say it.
I don't think
early.
so. I think he's the front runner.
John.
It's
11
early.
games.
It is early, but
He's a
but
front
right
runner.
now he's the front runner.
Yeah.
He's not just in the conversation. He's the front runner. No question.
He is.
No question.
He is. But you can't say he's going to win it because, look, they could shit the bed and go downhill real quick, and then he's not in conversation at all. But he's definitely in the conversation, and I hope he's a contender. Excuse me. I would love to see that, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say out of Michkov, Stankoven, yeah, he's number one on my pick. As much
Right
as
now.
I love Michkov and I'm a Flyer
Yeah.
fan. Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. I think it's awesome for him. I hope he keeps it up, man. I do.
Yeah, me too, man. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not, eh? Canadian team.
I would love to see it. Macklin Celebrini, yeah, 7 points at 11.
Not bad. That's good.
It's nothing
But he's
impressive. Not
bad. I mean,
Yeah.
he's good, man. I really like Macklin.
He's
got
finding
a
his
lot
game.
to
He was
his
also hurt. He was hurt for a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
like
Absolutely. he
him
was
a
hurt
lot.
as well. He's still finding his game. Stankoven, he kind of had experience last year where he kind of has that edge over everybody else.
Yeah.
Right? So
I guess you
he's
could
got that
argue, though, with
in his
Dustin
bag.
Wolf, because he played 17 games last year. So you could argue that Wolf is
Did he?
kind of in the same boat.
He kind of has that edge
I
too.
was surprised to
Yeah.
see. I was actually surprised to see that he could still be Rookie of the Year, or that he was still in that conversation. I didn't realize. I thought he had more experience, but I guess I think he's had 17, 18 games.
Why isn't Hudson? Why isn't Hudson in this conversation?
Because Marty won't play Hudson on
Lane
the power
Hudson.
play.
Why is
or on the first wave of the power play?
Yeah,
That's
but how
why.
many points does he have?
I don't know. He's
Let's
got
see.
10 or 11. Something like
Hudson
that.
has 11 points. He's got 11
All
points.
assists, though.
That's incredible. He should be up there. Who cares? He should still be ahead of Celebrini.
Yeah, maybe.
Doesn't matter, man.
It's just a matter of if he was on the first
For
wave
sure.
of the power play, I think he would be. He'd probably have more points than all of them.
Yeah.
Put together.
I know, but John,
But
celebrate. If you did say, "Hey, Tristan, Pelly, who do you want to watch? Do you want to watch Lane Hudson or do you want to watch Celebrini?" Dude, Hudson is way better to watch than Celebrini. He is.
you think so?
I don't know. I think he is.
I mean, the way he moves.
when you see a defenseman with a defenseman who moves like that, man, that is something that you don't see every day.
No,
You don't.
no, it
That's
is.
just, it's like Cale
special,
McCarr, man.
It's
Cale
special.
McCarr is
It's
so
when
much
he was-
fun. Dude, Cale McCarr beat the shit out of us a few games ago, and that was so much fun to watch. That is an elite team of players, and it's like, I can't even be mad that you guys won because you guys are so amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think Celebrini is too impressive. I don't.
No, I've only seen the one game where he played against.
I hope he
Philly.
is. No.
I liked him.
I
a
have
lot.
nothing. Yeah, I think he. Yeah, he's. We'll see. I don't
It's
know.
early.
He hasn't
It's early.
scored. It's still good. Yeah, I got faith in him.
Oh yeah, no, I really
Yeah.
like the kid.
I don't
like him
know.
a lot.
But Hudson should be in the conversation, though. Hudson should
Yeah,
be in the
I just
conversation.
think if Marty doesn't put him on the first wave of the power play, then I don't think Lane Hudson will be in the conversation for Rookie of the Year. But if he does, and maybe he starts playing him on the first wave soon, and if he does, I really do believe that's when we'll start talking about Rookie of the Year. We'll start talking about Lane
Yeah.
Hudson being in the conversation for Rookie of the Year once Marty puts him on the first wave of the power play. But until then, it's going to be hard to
But why?
compete.
But why though?
Why what?
No.
Why what?
He should still.
Oh, why not?
But why does the power play matter?
Well, because I don't think he'll get the points. I don't think he'll get.
What's the difference?
I don't think he'll get
just
the points.
because he could.
Like, I don't think he'll get the points if he doesn't. If he doesn't get more time on the first power play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that
He still should score without a power play. No, I agree. He should still score without being short. It's like Matvei. Matvei's edge is scoring more when they're on a power play.
Yeah.
But I think a player should score regardless 5-on-5. But I mean, I don't understand why Mike and Hudson can't play together. Why can't they do that? Like why doesn't St. Louis play them together?
That's a good question, man.
Why?
And I mean, I don't love Matheson on the power play, but it's not a bad
I don't know
question.
why. Why wouldn't you?
Especially when you have.
But why wouldn't you do that? You have two.
I think they want to give Dach.
I just think St. Louis is not that smart.
Well, it's because they want Kirby, Dach, and they want Slafkovsky to be on the power play. They want them to be their top
course.
Guns, right?
Of
So
course.
if you put Hudson on the top power play with Matheson, you're taking out Dach or you're taking out Slafkovsky. They're going to have to make a decision, though, anyways, when Patrick
But
Laine
John-
comes back, because I think he replaces Dach.
yeah,
I don't know, man. They just have...
of course.
I don't know.
I
would just take off Dach at this point.
Dach, no offense. I would take off Dach at this point.
Same.
He's, one goal. Yeah, I just don't know. It's not like you guys are the best team in the league. You have nothing to lose, so why aren't you playing Hudson on the power play? I'm not going to keep talking.
No,
about it.
because he is on
But
the
I just
second.
don't
He's
know
on
why
the
they
second
can't do
wave.
both. It's stupid.
No, he
I know
he got
it
a
is.
point today. He didn't get a point today, but he set
Yeah.
the goal up. He didn't get an assist on it, but he definitely had an impact on that goal. So, anyways, dude, scoreboard. What's going on around the NHL in terms of scoreboard? We have the Sabres won. You know what? The Sabres are starting to they're coming around, these Sabres. They're fourth in the Atlantic.
playing hockey.
They're 11-9-1, and I believe they're still holding on to a wild card spot. They are 23 points,
They
21
are.
games, holding on to a playoff.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the Atlantic, right? So
Yeah, but still, so they're holding on to it. They're in third place.
why is Tampa in third?
Flyers need?
Why is Tampa in third and they have less points than Buffalo and Boston?
games
that
played?
just-
Games
I don't think
played.
that matters. I think it's a mistake.
No.
It must be a mistake. Because it doesn't matter.
Well, they have 22 points, right? Well, no, they have 22 points, and they're in the Atlantic, right?
Yeah, but isn't Buffalo in the Atlantic?
So, no, that makes sense.
Is Boston not?
Buffalo's 23 points.
Buffalo's not in the Atlantic?
Boston has 23 points.
Yeah, so they should be ahead of...
But Boston has 22 games. Buffalo has
It
21.
doesn't matter, though.
So whoever has less games in
No.
hands is ahead. Yes,
No,
it
it
does.
doesn't.
It does for standings.
Hell
it does. Guarantee it.
No way.
I bet you a Corona. Absolutely,
No,
does.
it doesn't. No, if you have more points, then
Look
you're
on
on
more.
top of
Okay, I bet you. Yeah, but Buffalo still has one more point. Buffalo's 23 points, right? Boston has 23 points, but games played. So
them.
if
Don't matter.
Buffalo's 21 games played, Boston has 22.
It's a mistake. If I'm looking at the score.
I don't know. I think we
I'm looking this up.
I think we should call someone that knows this. Do you have anyone who'll know this, John?
Google.
Million dollar question, John. Let's call Shan. She might know.
Shanda, you home?
Shaylin? Shanda.
Shanda. No.
It has to be.
But no. Okay. Wild card.
I'm very
Wild
positive.
card.
Yes. It's
No. Well, okay, Buffalo. This is ESPN wild card standings. It goes Toronto 1, Florida 2, and Buffalo 3, baby. Tampa Bay's dropped out of the wild card spot. So, you're wrong. Wrong.
I'm right.
What do you mean?
It goes New York, Boston, and Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's the wild card. They're out of
Yeah.
so they're not in the wild card. They're out of the wild card. So you see Buffalo.
Yeah,
Buffalo's
I know. It's
third.
New York and Boston in the wild card.
Exactly. Buffalo's third.
Yeah, I know.
What do you mean? You know?
I'm still confused that we didn't figure this out.
Well,
so Buffalo is in third in the Atlantic, but you're asking why. But you're asking why isn't Boston in third?
No.
In the Atlantic.
Oh no,
right?
Tampa Bay. Because on the score app it says Tampa Bay's
Oh.
third. Okay, that's why we got confused. That's why. That makes more sense. So
Okay,
you weren't
well,
you weren't
John,
defending
what
Tampa.
I'm trying to
you were defending Boston, or you're
No.
talking about Boston.
No,
Okay.
Tampa has 22 points. Okay. So yeah, they're not in the conversation. They're not in the wild card spot. But I thought your question was why isn't Boston Bruins
Ahead of
in
Buffalo.
third place tied with Buffalo?
see.
And I said because they have one game in hand. That's why they're
Okay,
ahead.
that makes more sense. Okay.
Does that make
Yes.
sense?
And I have
Okay,
I have
Boston
Tampa
has
in
22
third
games
here, yeah.
played. Buffalo has 21. Buffalo has 21 games
Right.
played, and they both have 23 points. That's why Boston is in a wild card
So
spot.
we're blaming
Settled?
the score for not
That's what I-
updating the standings.
I thought that's
Yeah.
what-
Okay, no. Okay,
Yeah.
we're on the same page now. So Buffalo is in third in the Atlantic.
I love it.
So that's good, man. Hopefully Buffalo can stay there. Hopefully they can. They're gonna break it this year.
I
They're
hope
gonna
so,
break
too.
the 13-year-old.
Tage Thompson.
Tage Thompson's hurt, man. He's hurt. He's been hurt for the last 3-4 games.
I know. I hope he comes back.
So too.
I hope he comes back.
Colorado spanked Florida 7-4 tonight. Utah, we know what happened in Utah and Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Friggin' Ottawa, man. Ottawa lost again. They're
shit in the bed.
They've
They're
lost
shit in the
5
bed.
in a row, man. 5 in a row. Did you see that hit Quinn Hughes delivered to
No, I want it. I seen it. Let's see it. Let's watch it right now.
who did he hit again?
So both that hit.
Who did he hit?
I actually was just right here. Quentin Hughes, Josh Norris, game misconduct. Oh,
Yeah, he
let's
got
watch
kicked
it.
out, man. Kicked out of
Was it that bad? Was it that bad?
Yeah.
Let's watch it here.
It wasn't as bad as you would think.
Let's take a look. Oh, let's take a look here. He's going for it. Oh, it's not that bad. Oh my god.
But it was in
I mean,
Elliott.
it was boarding. It was boarding and hit from behind. It should have been. He shouldn't be kicked out. I think for sure 5-minute major. Though.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it's something in the rule book, Elliott Friedman broke it down for us. So if it is a major from behind, I don't know what it was, but he had to kick him out of the game.
He did it.
It was
Oh
in the
my
rule
God,
book.
look at the
It was in the
replay.
rule book. So
It looks, dude. It looks like he turned. So,
But-
yeah, I don't know. It's questionable. I don't think Hughes isn't known to be a malicious player.
it wasn't. But
But it looked like Josh Norris turns his feet. I don't know. Players need to protect themselves more like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
it's
but-
one of those things. It's
50-50. It's cross-checking, hitting from behind,
yeah,
and boarding.
yeah, exactly. And I think that's why they called it.
Yeah. Hughes is in the
He was
wrong.
in the wrong,
I
yeah.
don't. It should have been it should have been a 4-minute penalty. I don't think he should be kicked out though.
Yeah,
If it was actually running, hitting, he had speed. It's a good
know.
thing he's 180 pounds.
yeah. It was just a cross check.
Not a big guy, but yeah.
But I forget the ruling, but Elliott Freeman went over it on the sport on the broadcast tonight, and it completely made sense what he was saying. So they made the right call.
Of
Whatever.
course.
But okay, here's a fun fact. Okay, so Ridley Gregg, you know that guy, right? From Ottawa Senators. Do you know where?
Yeah, the
do you know
slap
where-
shot. Slap
yeah,
shot.
Do you know where he's from?
Ottawa,
No. Think about it.
Nova Scotia, Cape
No,
Breton.
like our connection. He's a Lethbridge boy. He's
Lethbridge.
from Lethbridge.
Shut up,
Yeah.
my
He's
boy,
from Lethbridge.
my man, my man.
Yeah, man. So shout out to Ridley Gregg
Oh.
from Lethbridge. That's where me and Pelly met.
Fuck it.
We both lived in Lethbridge for a while.
Fuck, I love that town. I
Isn't
love
that hilarious?
man that city, dude.
Dude, and then
fucking party central.
So
back in
even
the day.
funnier than that, when I was a cameraman,
Yeah.
I think I've told you this a million times, but when I was a cameraman, I did I think it was, what year was it? 2021. It was the bubble in the WHL, and it was Brandon, Wheat Kings, Winnipeg, Prince Albert, Regina, Moose Jaw, and Saskatoon. And they played in this bubble, and I was the cameraman. And I was putting together my demo, and I was watching my demo. I mean, I put this demo together a long time ago. I was watching it last week, and I realized that one of the highlights in my demo was of Ridley Gregg scoring a goal. And like, Ridley Gregg scores. I was like, Ridley Gregg? And then I'm like, what? I didn't even realize it, but he played for the Brandon Wheat Kings. He played there for 4 years. 22, I think he's only 22 years old. Played for Brandon Wheat Kings from Lethbridge. And I was like,
He's
dude,
22.
man, I got a newfound respect for this kid because, it's...
Love that town,
Yeah,
man.
oh man, I had a lot of
Love
fun
it.
in that town, man. A lot of fun in that town.
I had a great time. I had a
Way
great
too much
time.
fun.
Fuck.
Way too much fun.
God bless.
God bless.
God
man.
bless.
It was a good.
Yeah,
party
man.
town,
Yeah,
Good
so-
party town.
Oh, great. Good schools.
Yeah.
Good college and university. So he did play for the Lethbridge AAA Hurricanes, Wheat Kings. Yeah, he wasn't a bad player. He averaged 60 points his last year. Yeah, not bad. Playing the AHL for a bit. Yeah, man. He's and last year he had 26 points. That's pretty
Not
good.
bad.
72
He's only
games. Not bad
22 years
for
old, eh?
First year.
He's only 20.
That's crazy. Yeah, good for him,
good
man.
So newfound
Great for
respect
him.
from a Lethbridge boy. Love it.
But that's the guy who did the slap shot, right? Is that the guy? That's the guy who did the slap
and
shot
who
in the
went
net, right?
high on Kirby Dach and ended up fighting Kirby Dach.
Yeah, and
Ended up fighting Kirby Dach too in the preseason.
no, wasn't that Morgan Riley?
no.
Wasn't that Morgan Riley that fought him?
Yeah, well, he
Ottawa slap
like a
shot,
cross-check from behind or
a slap
something.
shot. Morgan Riley.
Jumped him.
I love it,
Jumped him.
dude. That's
Isn't that
hilarious.
funny,
I love
Funny
that.
times,
Fucking
funny
rights, man.
times.
That'd be Ridley Gregg. Shout out.
Shout out to him.
Fucking
LA,
beauty.
baby.
yeah.
Well, the Habs got Utah on Tuesday, but Philly's got Vegas on Monday. So you're gonna see what Vegas is all about. Hopefully, they don't do to you what they did to me, and by me I mean the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Speaking of Vegas, you know what I would like to... So there was a draft pick that Vegas had in 2019, fifth round, 17th pick. His name is Mason Primo, drafted by Vegas. Now he plays for the Lee Valley Phantoms. He's 6'6", 220. And this is Caden Primo's cousin.
really?
How great would it be to call this guy up against Vegas? Just fourth line. This is, I don't know, he's 6'6". This is what I like to see. A big guy. Put him on the power kill.
Penalty
kill,
Yeah.
Penalty kill, man. Yeah. And see what this guy can do. We need a big tree. I want a big tree. Put him out there. Let's see what
Is
he can
he
do.
a Wayne? Is he
Let him
Wayne
eat.
Primo's son?
Fuck. He's a left.
Wayne Primo's son?
Yes.
He is, okay.
Yeah. It's Keith's uncle, yeah. Keith's nephew.
Okay. So
Yeah.
nice, man.
So, yeah, man, he's a big tree from Own Sound, yeah. So, good for him.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Maybe, we'll see.
Be cool.
Probably not going to play on Monday.
Of course not. Wishful thinking. It's wishful thinking, John.
But,
I'm
I'm
optimistic,
excited
John.
for Monday's game or Tuesday against Utah.
Yeah.
That'll be a tough one. Utah's been good. Vegas will obviously give Philly a hard time, but we'll see. I think that's pretty much all I have, man. It's getting late. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No, man, I think that's it.
All right.
I think we call it a night, brother.
All right, man. Well, thanks for listening, watching another episode of the Barely Onside podcast.
Thank you.
Please follow us on Twitter at Barely_Onside, at Barely Onside Podcast on Facebook, and on TikTok. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can listen to the Barely Onside podcast on Spotify. thanks again for listening, watching. See you again next week. Hope that works for you, Shanda. Peace.
Love you, Shanda. Bye.